Right. Let's take an afternoon update on the weather in Seychelles. Can we see Mombasa actually on the ring? No, we don't really see the ring on Mombasa there. It's amazing. It's miles away. What's happened to the weather? It's gone. 5. So 010 at 6, so still runway 31. Few CBs, 1008. Oh, that's very nice. I hope there's not gonna be like a big red blob right over the airport, depending on how the weather is simulated, but it looks very nice. Just a few clouds. What does the ACARS page do in the real 777? The ACARS page. So we've got on the comms page there. The main kind of ACARS is on the company. But here it's not simulated. So whatever you press here, nothing happens really. But in the real aircraft, you've got ATC, which is a little bit like it's gonna give you access to the CPDLC function. Flight information, you get to request either like your departure clearance on the ground for all the airports which have either PDC or DCL capability. You can also request oceanic clearance, for example when crossing the North Atlantic, and you can also request your digital ATIS, the flight information page here. And in the company, basically it's all to do with the company, so you can initialize the flight, transmit your fuel figures, request any information basically to do with the aircraft or with the company, get your flight times, etc, etc. So the bigger menu, if you want, is the company menu here. That's the biggest thing. It kind of opens up 3 columns there full of different things. So yeah, the manager is more like a software thing, so you can reset the whole data link system. You can look at the ADS and all that stuff, but yeah, it's more like an administrative thing for the system. But here it's not simulated, so we can't really go through it really. We've got top of descent already displayed here, 11:55. So yeah, and not very long. Oh, traffic! Did we have traffic above us there on the TCAS? Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see the contrail up here. Wow. Oh man. Fortunately, it was 2,000 feet above. Rightio. Right, so we'll plan the arrival. Of course, there's nothing on the recall. There's no notes. The status is blank, which is good. And now go to departure arrival. we'll go for what I believe is the ILS Zulu. Just gonna double check the chart. Utali 1 Charlie. So Utali, Peter, Thames and Dallon. Okay. So we'll go for ILS Zulu. Via Peter. Why not? It's either David or Peter. Take your pick. Thank you very much for the follow. Ragnar Olbrock 83. Guten Tag, Dankeschön. And Utali 1 Charlie. Execute. And then we'll adjust this, so we'll put Peter on top of Samus. No, that's not the way. So Peter directly on top of Peter then. Yeah. Peter, Samus, Dallon. And that's the ILS after that. Yeah, runway 31. Perfect. Navrad is already parked. The ILS 110.3 is correct. Yeah, we're not very far now. Windy 54. We are about 45 minutes away. 110.3. Yep. ILS Zulu 31. 310 degrees inbound. That's correct. And for the missed approach, 310 track to 420 feet, and then a right turn to Tetix to climb to 4,500 feet is correct with 185 knots max. Beautiful. Salalah we can get rid of because we're very far. Mombasa, we've never seen the ring of Mombasa. It's really strange. It's very far away actually, but right. So what next? For auto brake 3. Yeah, we burnt a little bit fuel, which is good because it was quite close to the max landing weight. 222.6 plus on landing 28.9. We're still overweight, man. Right, in that case, got a little bit of a margin. Decimal 855. Try to burn a bit more fuel. Doesn't really make a difference. Let's be wild. Decimal 86. Yeah, it's gonna make a difference. Maybe not showing at the moment, but it will make a difference. Should make a difference. So we'll fly decimal 86 for the last 200 miles before the descent. Right, I'll put my little ring on runway 31. 8 miles. And we'll put also an MSA ring. MSA is based on the airport itself, actually. So FSIA. 25 miles. Good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna put 251 tons, which is just below the max landing weight, and the VRF is 149. At max landing weight, the VRF is always 149. If the VRF is 150, then that means you're landing overweight. So 149, and the minima for the approach will be fairly low. It's 700. No, it's not that low actually. It's because the ILS is a little bit funny there. In real, I understand the glide slope takes you to the start of the runway, doesn't take you to the threshold. But here in the scenery, I checked yesterday, the glide slope is centered on the actual runway threshold, so 300 meters in onto the runway, which is the usual way. Yeah, I was just checking the direction of the airway, and even though we are kind of flying southeast bound slightly, in this direction southbound is even, so 340 is the correct level. Yeah, that's good. Pick up the weather again. Zero 30 at 5. If it keeps turning, we're gonna have to do runway 13. 1008, but still runway 31. Okay. Got 8. On 008. Right, so the big number is 28.7 on the fuel. If we see more than that, we'll have to go round. After the go round, we'll have burned the fuel. So the flight planning was a little bit off. Yeah, because looking at the flight plan, the trip fuel was 33.8. Okay. We'll see how that works out. But the planned landing weight was 249.7 against the maximum of 251.3 almost. So maybe it's 20, yeah. So there was about 1.5 tons spare on the max landing weight, but at the moment, according to the fuel prediction, we're going to be landing overweight. So we saved a lot of fuel. The flight planning there is not entirely accurate, which is odd, because usually PFPX is quite good for that. Right, so to try to burn a little bit more fuel, it's virtual fuel, so it doesn't matter. We'll start the descent a little bit early. Now what am I doing? You have to reset the altitude, otherwise it's not going to do anything if you press the button. No! My brain is a little bit fried already. It's only been 3.5 hours, man. We'll go to the transition level 60, let's say. So down we go. I forgot all about this. We'll follow the star. Okay, so that's it for FS to crew. Descent checklist.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes
checked.
Auto brake level 3. Landing data
VREF
checked.
VREF is 149, minimums 700 feet. VREF is 149, minimums 700 feet.
VREF 149. Minimums 700 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Beautiful. That's it. Were there any changes in the winds? Possibly. It's just I suspect because I plan with cost index 300, but it seems here that the simulator doesn't really pick up on the high cost index, because I had to actually insert a manual Mach number there, and yeah, it doesn't seem to pick it up very well, because it was not really increasing the speed. So I think we burnt less fuel because of the simulation itself. I think that's what I suspect, but no big deal. So yeah, so basically we're gonna follow the LNAV and VNAV. Go on the plan mode and the legs page. And we're gonna come from Utali up here and go towards Peter, Sames or Samis, Dalen and the ILS, and if we need to go around, then it would be a right turn back to Tetrix or Tetix. That'll be it. So Peter, we're gonna try to reduce the speed here actually. We'll go for 190 knots at Peter, which is flaps 5 more or less. So here, because we've got an altitude associated with the waypoint, we can also insert a speed. Otherwise you can't insert a speed on its own on the 777. You always need to insert the speed and the level, but if the level is already there or the altitude is already associated to the waypoint, then it's okay to just add up the speed. And then Samis on the extended center line will put 170 knots. So same thing, and we can do it as well because we already have the altitude associated with Samis. And runway 31 will be 154. Which will be the VRF crossing the threshold runway 31, which we don't have to do, but it's okay to do it as well. Have a last look from the top. Earlier on we were up here. We've actually flown a long way, huh? From up here there, we talked about like Socotra there, we are flying a beam. We flew down all the way, and that's all the Seychelles here. Mauritius, Réunion Island, Madagascar. So we've flown a fair distance. There's a few more little islands there. I think it's maybe Rodriguez Islands or something, which is associated to Mauritius. Yeah. That's the world. Whoops. ETA and 20 minutes. Yeah, we are. I started a very early descent to burn a little bit of fuel because I was a little bit. I was basically showing overweight for landing, so burn a bit of fuel to reduce the aircraft weight to be below the maximum landing weight. VNAV path, 240 knots already. Cool. C12202.
Foxtrot Sierra India Alpha Airport information X-ray 1100 Zulu weather wind 035 at 5 visibility 10 sky condition few clouds at 1400 1700 scattered temperature 30 dew point 24 QNH 1008 advise on initial contact.
So that was the weather at 11, but now it's past 12. This is not the main island, so the main island is further away. That's Praline Island. There's a little airport there, which I think you can go on some sort of twin otter from Mahé Island, which is a little bit further down. But Praline there is supposed to be very nice as well. Check these tropical islands. Actually, this could be the main island there, because we're flying in this direction, take a little bit of distance and then turn right to come back. The airport is at the kind of eastern tip of the island there. Yeah, we're turning, yeah. So that's Praline Island, and that's the main island there, Mahé. Very nice. Lovely. Only one airport, Tempest. FSIA is, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Praline, that's the VOR, just under the nose now, more or less. So that's Praline Island, with the airport here.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
So 10,000 feet, he switched all the lights on as we discussed earlier on. All the landing lights come on and the runway turn off and the taxi lights, which is cool. 28.6 is the number we're looking for. Oh man, that's not gonna work out, is it? I will drop the gear early. Will descend as well, all the way to 2,000 feet. Transition level, altimeters reset 1008.
1008 set.
Pixels Crude, hey, good afternoon. Not seen you in a long time. I'll fly mainly passengers, the odd cargo, but mainly passengers.
Monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll collect any off-service items, newspapers and any other items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices within all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seat belts. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the ATPL will keep you busy indeed. Hey, DK James, hello, hello. No worries. Concentrate on your schoolwork. Alright, I've never been so desperate to burn the fuel. This doesn't look good. The flight planning was way off today. Ah, fantastic question again. Is it FSX or prepared? A very good question. So I reckon it's not that that obvious then, which kind of reassures me in my choice. This is FSX. Yeah, Martin Zengi. Yeah, the scenery is not too bad. I mean, it's just a modified AFCAD I have. It's not commercial scenery, but yeah, it's quite nice. I like all these islands in the simulator with the turquoise water and stuff. Really like that. It's really nice. Right. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Trying to go low, way over the water, so it's alright. Hey, Jawindi54. See ya. Thanks for popping in. This is FSX indeed. It does work well for me. For the moment, at least. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
So I'm trying to get it to go down low. Kind of get the engines to spool up a little bit, burn a little bit of fuel. Still have 500 kilos of fuel to burn. It's gonna be very close.
1,000 feet to level off.
But for the moment the engines are at idle, so they don't burn a lot of fuel like this. Thank you very much for the follow, Actimel 69120.
2500.
Welcome to the stream. So he's turning for the ILS, court sensing, will arm
Cabin
the
crew,
approach.
take your seats.
Gear down. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters
1008 set.
1008. Approach checklist complete.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
Glide slope capture. Oh, we'll be good on the fuel. We'll be good on the fuel. 28.7. The simulator misbehaved a little bit there, but it's alright. Yeah, by the time we get to the runway, we'll be good. 28.7. Come on, come on, burn the fuel. 4 miles to go. 28.6. Hooray! Max landing weight.
1000 feet. Approach stable.
Mr.
1,000.
Check. And the motion is coming. Flight director.
Plus 100.
Approaching minimums.
Check.
Approaching 3-1.
Minimum.
Minimums.
Landing. Check. Landing.
Checked. Speed brakes up, reverses normal.
meters
60 knots.
remaining.
Manual braking.
Check.
Cool. Here we are.